Welcome to another enlightening podcast from Be Awake, Aware, Alive.com, where we question everything. What's going on with the current UAP and Alien narrative, and how does Disclosure Day fit in? By the Be Awake, Aware, Alive team. If you felt a strange shift in the air lately, like the UFO conversation has moved from the fringe to the forefront, you're not imagining things. We are living through what might be the most significant moment in the history of the UAP, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, disclosure movement. And at the center of it all, improbably, is Steven Spielberg. Here's what's happening, why it matters, and where Disclosure Day fits into the picture. The current state of play, a government in motion. For decades, the default position of the U.S. government on UFOs was denial or dismissal. That era is officially over. In early 2026, President Donald Trump signed an executive order requiring the Pentagon to increase transparency regarding UFO-related documents. The result has been a historic, rolling declassification effort under a program called Pursue, the Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP encounters. To date, the Pentagon has released 3 batches of files, comprising 72 documents dating from the 1940s to 2026. These include official reports, images, videos, audio recordings, and witness testimonies collected by various agencies, including the FBI. The third tranche alone, released on June 12, 2026, included 6 new videos showing glowing spherical objects moving across the sky. But here's the catch. Despite the fanfare, no smoking gun has emerged. The Pentagon has repeatedly stated that most UAP reports ultimately fall into conventional categories like balloons, drones, atmospheric effects, or sensor anomalies. As one astrophysicist put it, we're still getting fuzzy blob videos, unverifiable testimony. Even former Navy pilot Ryan Graves, who testified before Congress about his squadron's encounters with unexplained objects, admits, "We've accepted certain facts, but we don't really necessarily have any more answers." The whistleblower front, Grush, and the several kinds of aliens. While the documents themselves have underwhelmed, the testimony coming out of Washington has been anything but. On June 9th, 2026, just 3 days before Spielberg's film hit theaters, a bipartisan group of lawmakers gathered on the steps of the U.S. Capitol with UAP whistleblower David Grush. Grush, a former Air Force and Pentagon intelligence officer, first made headlines in 2023 when he testified that the U.S. government was secretly retrieving and reverse engineering spacecraft of non-human origin. This time, he went further. Grush claimed that the U.S. government is aware of several types of alien life, ranging in complexity. He also mentioned 2 distinct types of non-human intelligence, one of which he called plasmoid sentient beings, and remarkably, this latest batch of declassified files includes videos and documents explicitly describing orb-like intelligences. The main takeaways from Grush's testimony, according to UFO investigator Joshua Golombesque, are stark. UAPs are real. The government has been covering them up for a long time. Whistleblowers are being threatened, and multiple types of alien species exist. Lawmakers are now pushing for the UAP Disclosure Act, which would require every federal agency to declassify all UAP-related records and make them publicly available. They're also demanding that the White House grant whistleblowers immunity to speak freely without fear of retribution. As Congressman Jerry Moskowitz put it, disclosure today, disclosure tomorrow. The American people deserve to know where Disclosure Day fits in. So where does Steven Spielberg's new film fit into all of this? The answer is right at the intersection of fiction and reality. Disclosure Day, which opened in U.S. theaters on June 12, 2026, is a fictional story about the day humanity learns that extraterrestrials are real. But it's not just fiction. Spielberg has described the film not as science fiction, but as the description of what is happening. He has said he is even more inclined now than I was when I made Close Encounters to really believe that we're not the only intelligent civilization in the universe. In recent interviews, Spielberg has admitted he has been converted on the topic of UFOs and now believes the believers. His inspiration for the film reportedly stems from a deep dive into documentaries and recent congressional testimonies. UFO investigators have noted that the film mirrors reality more than fiction. One documentary filmmaker said Spielberg did the right thing because what he did was based it off the real events, the real information. The film even includes scenes depicting the screen memories that experiencers have reported for decades, where extraterrestrials disguise themselves as ordinary animals like owls or deer. The timing is almost too perfect. The Capitol Hill press conference with Grush and lawmakers occurred on June 9th. The third batch of Pursue files dropped on June 12th, and Disclosure Day opened in theaters on June 12th. It's as if the real-world disclosure movement and Hollywood's portrayal of it are racing toward the same finish line. The gap between cinema and reality. But here's the reality check. Real-life disclosure will look nothing like the movie. Spielberg's film imagines a world where 8 billion humans find out, all at once, that we are not alone. In reality, disclosure is more likely to be a slow, grinding process of scientific validation. Think the detection of the Higgs boson or the confirmation of gravitational waves. It will be less glamorous, but potentially just as impactful. As one Wired analysis put it, no hearings or documents have contained a smoking gun. The government is releasing files, but officials have clarified that unidentified does not mean alien. Despite thousands of reports, numerous investigations, and countless theories, the biggest question remains unanswered. What exactly is appearing in our skies? What all means? We are in a strange and unprecedented moment. The U.S. government is releasing decades of classified UFO files. Whistleblowers are testifying under oath that multiple species of non-human intelligence exist. Bipartisan coalitions in Congress are demanding full transparency. And one of the most famous filmmakers in history has just released a movie that dramatizes the very thing that seems to be unfolding in real time. Whether you believe the government is hiding alien technology or that this is all a massive case of misinterpreted data, one thing is clear. The Overton window has shifted. The UAP narrative is no longer a fringe conspiracy theory. It's a mainstream conversation happening in Congress, in the Pentagon, and in theaters everywhere. Disclosure Day, the movie may be fiction, but Disclosure Day, the moment, the day when the truth about UAPs finally comes to light, feels closer than it has ever been. The question is, when that day comes, will we be ready for what we find? Learn more at Be Awake, Aware, Alive.com. Thanks for listening to another enlightening podcast from Be Awake, Aware, Alive.com, where we question everything.